Everyone. We are here, the We Are One Summit, and we are here to cultivate inner peace and build a better planet. Today, our guest speaker is John Knapp. He's a Galactic Akashic Reader. John Knapp is a former U.S. Marine in Iraq, police officer, and then later filmmaker. And John had an encounter during meditation one night that changed everything. A galactic being appeared, marking the beginning of a profound galactic awakening. A lifelong fascination with extraterrestrials suddenly felt deeply personal. Childhood dreams of alien encounters resurfaced, but now they carried meaning. Astral travels to the Galactic Realm became frequent, revealing a parallel soul existence. His lifelong calling to serve had really taken its true form. As a Galactic Akashic Reader, his mission is to guide and follow Starseeds, helping them navigate the intersection of their human and spiritual experiences. So welcome, John.
Oh, thank you, Caroline. I appreciate you having me here.
Absolutely. So, can you tell us a little bit about what the Akashic Records is and what is Galactic Akashic Records? Like, I've heard, of both of them separately, but can you kind of give us a foundation for this world that you work in?
Sure. The Akashic Records are essentially a library of your soul's incarnations. Every thought, every feeling, every action that you have ever taken in every incarnation, um, in all realities, as well as in all dimensions, are essentially encapsulated in your Akashic records. Now, when it comes to the Galactic Akashic Realm, I believe these are one and the same. However, when I tap into the Galactic Akashic Realm, it's more of setting the intention for the Galactic Akashic Records. So it tends to be for me when I say I'm going to tap into your Akashic Records, I'm tapping into your earthly incarnations. This is you as a human, as a fairy or elemental being within the Akashic Earth realm. When I say Galactic Akashic Records, I'm going off planet. So whether that be the Pleiades, Vega, Mars, even, and some people have had lives on the moon as well.
So, wait, when you hold space for this work for people kind of
Mm.
off planet, how does that integrate with our lives here on Earth? Like how does that connection to our lives, our thoughts, our memories of our actions off planet, how does that tend to assist us in like here?
Well, it tends to work, just as if our lives, past lives in um, different realms here on Earth will affect us in our present incarnation. The same holds true in the galactic realm. So clients I've worked with in the past, they may have had lives. Some of them had lives where they were in a galactic war, or they were a healer or a practitioner of magic of sorts in other past lives in the galactic realm. And by looking into these galactic lives, we're allowed to bring in identify and these past, whether they be traumas or memories or even powers that they had into these lives. For example, I was doing a reading for a client once, and she was we were talking about how she was actually born after a war on a spaceship in the galactic realm, and what she ended up doing was helping lead others into salvage missions and for survival. And going from planet to planet, asteroid to asteroid, working to help help her group survive before they found their new home world. And after we uh, after I was able to reveal that for her, she said, "Well, that reminds me of these recurring dreams I had when I was a child of going on different planets, leading groups of people, and working to help them scavenge for different things." And so for her in that instance, that was just essentially reaffirming that what was going on in that past life or in those dreams was actually a past life memory that was so profound to her soul that it kept bringing it out as reoccurring dreams in this incarnation. Whereas I've worked with other clients that they have, we've uncovered uh, uh, we've uncovered these skills that they had, let's say on Vega, or even actually there's one in Orion. She was jailed and learned to manipulate magic to actually escape her prison and become a freedom fighter and help others. And she in this life, when I told her that, she says, "Well, I have been using magic. I have been creating portals and doing different things." And so it's a lot of times it's reaffirming. And when we could do these, call them like integrations of those past lives, as well as activations to use those skills in this life.
How has your life changed? How has this connection with your galactic roots? How has that changed your how you navigate this planet and how you navigate this world? How does it kind of put things in perspective? Yeah, like I don't know, like, fill me in a little bit on how that connection has benefited you.
I'm still wrapping my head around uh, the the thought idea that, one, extraterrestrials do really exist. I know I've always had a deep fascination with them. I remember from a young age an abduction experience through the astral realm, as well as other experiences as a child. And then when I began my spiritual awakening and started meditating more, extraterrestrial would come to me. And then I remember this gray this gray alien. He came to me, and it just through meditation, all of a sudden he just appeared in front of my face, and we just looked at each other. And it was a very neutral energy coming from him, which is similar to what everyone describes generally when they meet a gray or have an abduction experience. He just looked at me, and I wondered what his purpose was. There was no communication. I told them, if you don't have anything to say, it's time to go. So they left. Another few days later, the same thing happened again. And then another day after that, I received one of my first downloads that I'm conscious of, and it was a lot of information. And I believe I got the knowing that it was from the Orion Empire, and it was surreal in the fact that I was seeing these images of war-torn cities, documents in languages I didn't know and understand, and it was just flashes very quickly coming through. And that was a download that my first download that I received, and that's when I started to realize that there is something more to this world, that I even that I didn't realize that there was, that there's more to the off world, off Earth. And through my journey, that really started my galactic spiritual awakening, as I call it. And that led me to explore more about galactic history. And once I started learning the Galactic Akashic Records and becoming attuned to the Akashic Records, that's when I started experiencing these frequencies. I would be lying in bed at night, and I would realize I'm feeling this energy shift from higher dimensions back to lower dimensions. And then I took I took hold of it once I realized what was happening. And I said, let me try going up to the sixth dimension. I'd feel the difference. And I'd say, okay, let me go back down to the third dimension. And I can feel like almost that crushing feeling, like if you're at the bottom of a pool, or, if you're scuba diving, you're going and you feel that pressure on you. I'm like, I think I want to go back up. I go back up to the fifth, sixth dimension. So it's been quite the experience. And not too long ago, I did what's called a soul strand. Um, it's called a soul strand, like viewing, essentially, where you look at all your different, past lives, and you kind of see where you came from. And it was one of the most uh, profound experiences that I've had on my journey. I went into full trance, something that you would feel like if you had taken ayahuasca or other psychedelics, full trance. And I'm seeing all these images, my lives on Earth, and then my lives off planet in the galactic realm, the fairy realm. I start hearing voices, different languages. French, don't know French, but apparently I was a French guy once. I even had a life as a mermaid. I don't know if your viewers know it, but there are fairies exist and they're out there. And I heard the mermaid language here on Earth, very bubbly, which I guess that seems par on course for a mermaid underwater. But yeah, it's been such a profound experience to know that there is so much more out there that we can perceive, that we currently perceive. And then as we go through our own spiritual journeys and our spiritual awakenings and activate more of our senses, like we just continue to explore more and learn more about not only ourselves but what's unseen around us.
Does it make you take things a little less seriously when you feel like you've lived so many different lifetimes? Like, does it give you a bigger perspective um, on life? You talked a little bit about how you felt, that crushing sensation at the third dimension of all the fear and judgment and all that kind of stuff that we can get stuck in, and that you vibrationally were like, no, I'd rather vibrationally hang up and hang out in fifth and sixth. Like, knowing that you have that choice of where you want to reside in vibrationally. Um, yeah, I guess. Um, do you have a little less entanglement in the drama of planet Earth?
Uh, you know, I I seriously try not to take things too seriously. That this is, there's something to it where you can just have fun with what we're doing. I think some people try to take it too seriously. They get caught up even in the dogma of, oh, if I'm not happy all the time, I'm not going to ascend, or I'm not going to, become enlightened, or go to moksha, or whatever it is. And it's like I feel like it's some of that old conditioning and dogma of some religions, where it's like if you don't do this, you're not getting into heaven, or anything like that. I think you can enjoy it and just have fun with what we're doing, and be okay with just feeling the feelings. As we go through our lives and go through our spiritual awakenings, um, and as we ascend, when we what ends up happening is we have a lot of dormant energies and stuck energies within our bodies, within our energetic bodies, our chakras, that have gathered, almost like, I don't know, grime or dust, or dirt, that must be broken up and cleansed. And when those happen, those are feelings, and they bubble up and they come up, and they have to come through our consciousness, and we have to feel them. And so, if you wake up one day and you're thinking to yourself, oh, I'm just upset for no reason, or you start feeling these triggers, understand that that is okay. Don't beat yourself up. Have a little less judgment, or try not to judge yourself for it. And then, like you said, detach from that. I think the Buddha had it right, detach from the outcome, allow those feelings to come up, feel the feelings, and then allow them to release without judgment. And that's the whole point. That's clearing out your system, clearing out your energies. Um, I participated in a Reiki share back in January. And then the week before, I just had all these feelings like bubbling up. I was like, I don't even know if I want to go to this thing. I'm like, I'm frustrated. Everything's bugging the heck out of me. And what I didn't realize at the time was my system was getting ready for like a loss of veils, like a whole bunch. I was just very stressed and I had all these feelings. And I get to this Reiki share. And the night before, I just set this intention. I just want to receive, that I need to receive for the weekend. And I think that's what I needed. And the next morning, I woke up and I had what I would call a spiritual hangover. I woke up and I was like out of it. I was slurring words. I had this crushing headache. I felt like I had the flu or something. And what happened was I lost all these spiritual veils. And spiritual veils are they're like that veil of forgetfulness that we all talk about when we incarnate in the third dimension. But they you have everyone has them within our energy systems as well, and they are these barriers, metaphysical barriers that keep us disconnected from source. And when you start losing these veils during your spiritual awakening, they they allow you, once they're gone and you reintegrate your energy system, to be further connected with not only your higher self but source as well. So that was a crazy experience because I needed five other practitioners to help integrate my energy system. And I was told I lost like 2.5 years worth of veils all in one day. And then after, just recently, um, a couple of days ago, we were currently refilming our interview, and following our interview the other day, it hit me again. I lost all these different veils, and um, I think part of this is one of the reasons why you may have, your computer system lost the original interviews, because I think your guides wanted us to discuss what happened in between our interviews today and the other day. And I lost all these veils. It hit me again, spiritual hangover. And I haven't drank for months. So
Yeah.
no real hangovers.
And
Spiritual hangovers, all it is.
yeah,
And
and just to give people a little background,
Mhm.
this is our second interview, because the first one I record on Zoom all the time and it just vanished. It literally just, I checked all the normal places. I'm very tech savvy, and it just boop. And then John got really sick for like almost immediately after the interview and then is clearing. So if you hear a little catch in his voice, it's still some of
Yeah,
the purification that's happening. So we're coming back together, but he just had a major flush. Um, and that's very common, when we expand, especially into public speaking, right?
yeah.
Like the coughing that often happens when
Mhm.
we open up our throat chakras, the spaciousness of stepping into a new reality when we're like kind of stretching past our limits, our stuff comes up. It's not just
Yeah,
our fear, but all of our stuff. So I love that. I love that you're sharing that because
yeah.
it's real. I mean, that is a real earthbound symptom.
Yeah, yeah. And tapping into the Akashic records and tying it all into the Akashic records and our Galactic Akashic records. Um, that night after I lost all these veils, I reset my energy system. And funny enough, my dog, who's with me, she actually was experiencing very similar symptoms as well. She was just no energy, just laid out, not eating anything. And she somehow she lost a bunch of veils too. I don't know why, but um, I had to reset her energy system as well as my energy system, and I started feeling better. And then I go to sleep at night, and all of a sudden I find myself clearing past lives, not only for me, but for my dog as well. And I remember getting this knowing that I had to clear 48 past lives of my dog. And I see all these different dogs incarnations that she's been in through, for I don't know how many, lives, and just integrating them and all that. And then it was my turn. And that's where things got crazy. And it was like, it felt like being on a roller coaster ride, or something where I'm being jerked around all over the place. And I'm seeing these past lives. I'm seeing children that were lives were cut short of mine. And I had to feel the sorrow. I had to feel the pain. And then I had to tell them, it's okay. I'm here now. You're okay. And then I'd be thrown to another group, another set of past lives. And then the crazy thing is, at times they were saying to me, oh, no, 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 you cannot integrate this past life, but this past life can integrate for that past life. And these are all things that I'm still learning myself. We're always learning. Nobody knows nobody has all the answers. So tying into the Akashic records, these are things that we must do as we expand, is to feel those feel those feelings, feel those energies, let them pass without judgment, let them bubble up, and then let them go. And then we'll get to a certain point where we have to expand even further, and um, that's when we have to clear past lives, as I did during the night, several hundred within one night's experience. And then from there, it doesn't end. I only cleared human lives. I have many galactic lives that are in store for clearing for myself at some other point. I don't know when that's happening, but for everyone attending and listening to this, these are things that, as you go through your spiritual awakenings yourselves, expect to happen. You may feel off one day, preceding feelings that you may have had that drummed up. These may be veils that are lost, and you may have to perform Reiki on yourselves, or work with a practitioner and reset your energy systems. And then you might have to ask your guides, if you're in touch with your guides, or Archangel Michael would be a helpful. You can speak to them. Hey, are there any past lives that need to be cleared? What can I do? What do I need to do to move past how I'm feeling right now? And let them speak to you. And then that way you can clear or do whatever you need to keep moving forward.
And for the folks who want to learn a little bit, or want a little bit of support in accessing some of this information, you also do Galactic Akashic Record readings for people, readings and healings. So the work
Mhm.
that you do for yourself, you can also do on other people as well.
That's correct. I've performed integrations. I've performed healings for people during Akashic readings, Galactic Akashic readings. And when I do a reading with somebody, I usually I'll ask them questions. Where would you like? Do you have any specific questions? Do you have any? Uh, do you want me to just start at the beginning? So what I'll end up doing, for the most part, a lot of people just say, "Oh, just start with the first incarnation." So I ask, and usually we end up in the galactic realm. Sometimes there are a lot of incarnated angels out there as well. So we might start there. And then we work our way in. And it's not an issue to go from the galactic or the angelic realm right into earthbound realm, or the fairy realm here on Earth. And this is where we can work to integrate either lessons or energies from past incarnations. One of the coolest things is, we've had many incarnations where maybe we were strong leaders out there, or very successful. Not saying that nobody here is very successful or strong leaders. I'm just saying that, there might be some Andrew Carnegie's out there, or President Abraham Lincoln's, or something like that out there, type of incarnation. And we could identify those, and we can do what I love to do is like a heart to heart chakra integration where we connect with that, we bring them forward, and I'm the facilitator of this, so we can bring these two incarnations, present and past, together, and we can integrate those energies and allow them to work together.
And John, would you be interested in doing a little demonstration, but on the collective, on everybody who's watching the video? Like, could you do a little demonstration on everybody all at once?
If you are watching this, you are a starseed. And understand that there is more to you than just your earthly realm. There's more to you than just this present incarnation. You came here as a starseed to be a light worker and to help heal the earth. You came here to help Earth ascend and be and join the galactic realm. You may have chosen this recently, within the last 100 Earth years, or you may have chosen this tens of thousands of years ago, before or after Atlantis and Lemuria. You have continually and repeatedly incarnated here to help ascend Earth and help humanity move forward. And your lives are making a difference. You're making a difference for us here on Earth. Uh, some challenges are getting caught up with uh, the Earth problems, really. Um, you know, Politics, the economy. there, there's so much going on within each country around the earth right now, and we are in a period of transition. And when it comes to transitions, there are challenges. Um, as things unfold, and when it comes time to change, there has to be a shakeup for that change to occur. Sometimes the energies have to become so apparent and so uh, and so prevalent, to the point where we realize that we need to make changes. Um, when things are in the subtle, when there's problems that are only being presented to us in a subtle way, it might not create the reaction of change that we need them to. Only when we get to a point where we all have to say, this is wrong, this is not right, things need to change, whatever that may be, that is when, as a collective, we can work together, and we can understand that we can rise up and say, enough is enough. There is not, we need to make a change, and we have to demand it, whether that's from our leaders, from our bosses, from our friends, our family, from within ourselves as well.
And so thank you so much for being here, John. Do you have any last words of wisdom, that, just any little leftover, that, and you have such a volume of
Mhm.
internal knowledge and galactic knowledge, but any little sprinkles that you want to leave us with?
Sure. You know, when you start exploring your Akashic records, your Galactic Akashic records, and your past lives, I want you to go easy on yourself. There are many past lives that we've all had where we might not be the person that um, we'd expect, or the life that we lived is what we'd say is the best life. Quite frankly, many of us have been killers. Many of us have been cheaters, liars, in past lives. And I want you to understand, uh, in the heavenly realm, when we make this soul contract, when we create this soul blueprint to be this person, you are doing it in an unbiased and non-judgmental way. You are doing it for your soul's evolution. You're doing it for sources evolution, for your soul group's evolution. You're doing it so they can understand every single energy and feeling that's out there. So when you start exploring these past lives or you get glimpses of them, understand and try to judge yourself. Try not to judge yourself when these lives come up, because it's okay. We did this for our own evolution as well as for others. I may have done something really bad to somebody else in a past life, um, but they asked me on in pre-incarnation to do that for them, to be that bad guy for them, for their own soul's purpose, for their own soul's learning and evolution. So don't be harsh on yourself. Allow yourself to just view these as experiences and allow yourself to heal and integrate whatever is necessary.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
And can you tell us about your free gift that that you have created for everybody who's watching?
Sure. So the free gift that I'd like to offer all of you is a document that discusses a little bit more about the Akashic Realm, the Galactic Akashic Records, and will give you a little bit more understanding of what both of these are. But it also discusses your multidimensional being as a soul within not only this realm and in this incarnation, but within all realms, within all dimensions. And then it gives you some tips and tricks to really start to get in touch with that multidimensional facet of yourself. And to access it, you just go to my website, you scroll down to the bottom of the page, and you can subscribe to my site. And then once you do that, you'll receive an email and you can download it there for free.
Fabulous. And you can also find all the links below the video as well. So all of that information is listed in the description as well. Well, thank you so much, John, for sharing all of your vibrant inner world with us. And I'm sure there's going to be more than a few, viewers here who are just really appreciating your words and kind of speaking this stuff out, because oftentimes our inner world can be, kind of not isolated, but sometimes it just feels so nourishing to have connection and community who are like experiencing and witnessing these things and moving through them as well. So
Yeah,
I
thank you,
really
Karen.
appreciate your work.
Yeah, thank you very much, and thank you to everybody. So I hope you enjoy the rest of the conference.
All right. And have a great afternoon, evening, wherever, or morning, wherever you are. Be well.